This is a sweet victory after a long, hard-fought battle. You see, I'm the youngest of 4 children by 10 years, otherwise known as whoops, but more commonly referred to as the baby of the family. And after about 30 straight years of doing so, about the time I hit puberty, it was becoming really obvious to me that my mother was quickly tiring of this child-raising gig. And throughout my adolescence, I would often hear the familiar soundbite. I can't wait until you get grown and get a place of your own. Then you'll know what it feels like. Now, granted, she would often be saying this while picking up my items carelessly strewn about the house, or opening up the refrigerator to find the milk and juice containers empty. But most definitely every time there was an unexpected spike in our phone bill. Nevertheless, in my mind, the expectation was set. As my siblings had all left the house at 18 to either join the service or get married, at 18, I too would be on my own. And so when that time arrived, I had gotten a decent job, built up some savings, and approached my mother with an ad for an apartment. Now, to my surprise, she completely doesn't about-face and tries to convince me that I really am not just quite ready to face the world on my own. Well, not only is this a challenge to my young adult ego, but she had been unwittingly sowing these seeds of independence in me for so long that they had already sprouted. And I was determined to continue my quest for freedom, my own promised land, a place where I no longer had to hear how money didn't grow on trees, or hide in the closet late at night to have secret phone conversations with my boyfriend. But best of all, with my own place, I could come and go as I pleased, no curfew. So I would find these adorable apartments and excitedly bring my mother to see them, only to have her go at it with these landlords, slumlords she would call them, with a slew of complaints, like for instance, the lone hairline crack in the misaligned tile behind the bathroom door, or the insufficient water pressure, and let's not forget the mysterious drafts due to lack of insulation that no one else felt. And needless to say, my mother and I would be promptly sent on our way with my fully returned deposit. But after a while, I began to catch on. And the last place I showed up was with a signed lease already in hand. So now I'm on my own, and I am determined to prove to my mother that I truly am a competent and capable adult. So that year, I insist on making the Thanksgiving turkey. Now, in our family, Thanksgiving is my mother's full domain, and God forbid anybody try to encroach upon that territory. But after a few moments of hesitation, to my surprise, she agreed, and then proceeded to bombard me with phone calls, asking, do I know the right size turkey to get? Am I using all the correct spices and seasonings? Am I allowing enough time for the turkey to thaw before cooking? And finally, frustrated, I say to her, Mom, enough. I'm an adult now. I'm not a child. I know how to make a turkey. I mean, I'd spent years watching her make the Thanksgiving turkey, and even on some occasions, unwillingly recruited to help. So I knew what I was doing. And as expected, when I pulled my turkey from the oven, it had a beautiful golden brown skin that would rival my mother's. And so on Thanksgiving Day, I walk into her apartment, proudly, regally cradling my beautiful creation as if a newborn, and purposely ignoring all the nervous glances being cast in my direction. I, with great fanfare, ceremoniously place my beautiful bird in the center of the table. So now we're all gathered around the table, and after grace, my brother proceeds to carve the turkey. And as I proudly look on as he delves the knife deep into my masterpiece, red bloody juices start to flow. And everyone stares, stunned, as their Thanksgiving feast is now an array of sides and some cornbread. And as I'm watching the bloody juices pool into the bottom of the platter, I can't help but feel betrayed by my bird, my beautiful bird that I spent hours massaging, caressing, cajoling with, with visions of Thanksgiving victory. I can't even bear to look at my mother, and so instead I just fixate on the ever-growing pool of blood. Eventually, my mother gets up and she goes into the kitchen, and she returns back into the dining area with a beautiful brown bird of her own. Like, where did she get this? Like, out of nowhere. And despite me, everyone breaks out in loud cheers and applause. And as I'm sitting there, quietly watching my undone bloody bird being unceremoniously ousted from its place of honor, two things hit me. Number one, my mother's words from adolescence echo back to me. And for the first time, I think I really do know what it feels like. But secondly, and most importantly, I am humbled by the very adult realization that sometimes independence means knowing how and when to be dependent. Thank you.